Oh my god, it does. Does that sound like an apple to you guys?
Dude, what?
Go. So this week, basically, I got these like apple juice, like those things you saw on TikTok with the water bottle. If you bite into it, it sounds like an apple. So we wanted to try it with you guys and see if that actually sounded like an apple. I think it does.
Oh my god, yes. That's actually scary. Like, that's crazy. But also, like, biting into this, it literally hurts my teeth. Like, I was like, oh, why was that so painful?
Wait, I'm gonna try.
Like, you're so much better at it.
Maybe because I like...
Okay, we're done.
Anyway, we're done with that. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast.
Hey, welcome back. It is currently 11:08 p.m.
Yes, prime time for us.
Yes,
here
the jokes
at the
really
pod,
flow.
for real. We just want to address a couple of things before we start. We're bringing ourselves to an intervention here because we say like a lot.
Yeah,
and
we were editing the podcast that we did last week, and we literally just realized
how much we say it.
Yeah,
it was embarrassing. It was bad.
Ooh.
So we apologize. We'll do better. We're new to this whole thing, so you have to remember that, like,
as we get more comfortable, I feel like
we're gonna.
Okay, I just said like, but like it went with this.
But it went with the sentence.
I can't stop saying it though.
As we get more comfortable, we will do better, and we will get better at that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but until then, just bear with us.
For real. What happened this week?
I gotta admit, my week was like not eventful.
Really, nothing happened.
Yeah, literally nothing.
Same as last week.
We're in that part of the semester where it's just like midterms and things are like really stressful, but they're also just like, just not exciting. Like you're just in your room all the time.
Mm-hmm. And studying, and it's just not a good experience.
You're literally not going anywhere.
Don't go to college.
Don't go. No, don't say that. Go to college.
Yeah, go to college.
But I guess we'll talk about just
The Bachelor a little bit.
The Bachelor. Okay,
just a
so
tad bit.
If you're not caught up with The Bachelor, skip this part or whatever. I don't know. We're not going to talk about it that much because
really nothing happened.
Yeah, really nothing happened. I barely had the energy for The Bachelor anymore, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
But this week it was the tell-all, so most of the women were back, and honestly, it was just kind of dry.
It was. Like, I thought they were all going to get in and rip into Victoria, and Victoria's like the super catty one. Like, she's not a real person. Like, there's no way people talk like that, but I thought they were all going to get into her and just tear her apart and be like, you were just terrible and all these different things. Like, no, not really. Nothing really happened.
They literally spent like a few minutes on it.
Matt came in.
Yeah.
And I don't know, he never has anything to say. So
the man is never saying anything important. Let's be honest.
So I don't even know.
Chris Harrison,
Chris Harrison is still racist.
I can't stand to like watch anything that he's in.
That was basically The Bachelor for this week. Nothing really happened.
Yeah.
But I was super excited to talk about this.
Oh my god.
And we're gonna talk about Love Island, South Africa. You guys will get to know we literally love Love Island. Well, I mean, I love Love Island a lot, and I got you into the show. And so Love Island like just started a South Africa sector of the show. It's the first season. And I want to remind you guys that this is South Africa, right? Think of South Africa. Think of the type of people that are there. Like, it's Africa, right? So when they brought in the cast, tell me why the cast only had 2 black people.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't tell me anything about Love Island South Africa. But what?
Yeah.
It's Africa. It's not even hard to find black people there.
South Africa, I remind you, is 80%, black. Mm-hmm. And it's only 8% white. So tell me why there's all white people but 2 black people in Love Island, South Africa. That is so ridiculous. When I saw that, I started laughing. I was like, are they serious? And then, people on Twitter we're emailing the producers and all these different things. They're like, oh, what's up with diversity? You know, in Africa, we should have Black people on the show. And the producers were basically saying like, oh, well, you're not the ones picking type thing. And I was like, you guys are really still that racist?
Like, hello?
This is like, it makes no sense to me.
Like, do you see how you look right now?
Like, I didn't even understand. Plus, their production is so bad. It looks like they filmed it on a potato. I just, like, it's so bad. The cameraman is in the
go watch
shots.
some clips.
Like, they're filming the shots. They're filming the Islanders, and the cameraman is passing through the shot. I just don't understand how bad. Like, you need to look up Love Island South Africa on Twitter because it is so funny. Like, you could see the camera person through the little mirror filming the show. I've never seen that in my life. Like, this is ghetto. No wonder it didn't work. No wonder Love Island South Africa is just garbage because they put in all white people in Africa. They get what they deserve. That's all I'm saying.
Damn, period. Period. Moving on. I don't even know how to make the transition between this, but we've covered the week, so let's get into it. But yeah, this week we're just talking about the pandemic and school during the pandemic, and we're gonna end the episode today by giving you guys some advice. So I guess we're just gonna start. We're gonna start by talking about the pandemic because it is the beginning of March now, and I gotta be honest, March is Pisces season. It's my birthday. I love everything about March. It's the beginning of spring. I literally love March.
No. Just no. Because March is giving me trauma again. It's giving me the start of the pandemic again. It's just a lot is going on.
Yeah, it's really just bringing back memories from last year, and I'm literally like I feel scared.
Yeah.
Like, I feel anxious.
Because in about a week from now, I think that's when it was like the last day of school. Mm-hmm. And that to me is bringing back like, should I be watching out for just everything to shut down again? Mm-hmm. Like, it's just a weird feeling. And plus everyone is going through this because everyone kind of experienced that shutdown at the same time. So it was weird because like, I just don't know how to feel.
Yeah. I feel super COVID conscious right now too.
Yeah.
Like, obviously we're in a pandemic. You should always be conscious of COVID. But right now I feel just hyper aware of it.
And it's just unfortunate because like, I did not want to see us at this point. Like 500,000 people have passed away. It's like,
we thought we'd be further along.
And it's
further along.
Disappointing.
It's making me sad.
Yeah, it's really disappointing. But I don't know. Hopefully it gets better, and hopefully we can like roll out these vaccines and get people vaccinated because we need help out here in these streets because it's not looking really pretty right now.
It's not. But also with the ending of March came our ending to high school, basically. Mm. So with March coming up again, I'm just remembering when our senior year was literally over.
Cut off. Like, my senior year ended with a little announcement over the intercom about spring break being extended. And just keep extending until it just extended into the summer. So it was
extended into freshman year of college.
It just kept going. And like in the middle of June, I remember there being like, oh, you know, this is when we wanted to have a graduation, but we can't. I was like, high school.
I know.
Existed?
They were like, okay, plan for August 5th for an in-person graduation. I was like, I am leaving for college in 3 weeks. Literally, who even are you?
I never went there. I don't associate. I never went to that school.
Yeah, even after virtual graduation, I was literally like,
I was over it.
Like, yeah.
And it's fine. And plus, like, there's bigger fish to fry. There's, like, people are dying in a pandemic. Like, I don't know. We didn't have a graduation. It sucked, but
we're fine.
We're fine. We're alive. Mm-hmm. That's what really mattered.
Yeah. And that's why I try not to be too pressed about it because, while it sucked, there are real world issues, and me not having graduation is not one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that. We can get in more of that in a later podcast, but we just wanted to bring that up because, yeah. But today's podcast, I feel like, is going to be a good one for our second episode. We're just going to get into college and what's been going on. It's our spring semester, freshman year, so I feel like we have just, like, a lot that we went through, like, going to college during a pandemic.
Yeah, so it's just, like, weird. So high school ended, and we're like, whatever. And so now we moved on to college. And just being here, it has been interesting. I don't really know how to describe it. It's different. It's nothing like I've ever done before.
Yeah.
Because everybody else before us has had the traditional college experience. So we're like the first ones going into college in a whole different world, a whole different set of standards and all these different things.
And the thing is, we didn't know how college was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. So we didn't know that, like, we didn't know what our freshman year is supposed to look like. All we know is this. So to us, this feels normal.
Yeah, it does.
But, like, it's not normal.
It's not normal at all. And, like, there's supposed to be football games. I'm like, football?
Exactly.
I can't.
We go to those?
We go to games? Shoulder to shoulder, body to body.
I was literally thinking about this the other day. I was like, athletics. There are games we're supposed to be at.
It's not clicking.
Yeah.
Like, in my head, it doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. And that's sad because that's a part of it. We go to Wisconsin. Like,
exactly.
You understand the culture here.
Yeah.
Like, that's a part of it. Mm-hmm. But what we do know, though, is our experience with, like, being a people of color, being a black girl on this campus. We do know that despite, not having a regular experience. And I just think it's funny because if you don't know, this is an important fact that everyone should know about this school. This school is only 2% black. So
literally you can count the black people here on one hand?
Yes, you can. And walking down the street, like, if I see a black person, there's just this mutual, like, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I see you, like, see me.
Right.
We're out here.
We're out here in these streets.
You're the only black person I've seen for 2 miles.
For 2 months. Like, I just don't see any melanin for a very long time. But, yeah. So that's, like, a little bit of my experience. And just things that are kind of dumb, where it'd be like, you would say, oh, so-and-so, or Sarah, right? Do you know Sarah? And I'd be like, yeah, I follow Sarah on Instagram.
Yeah. You don't even have to say a last name.
Yeah.
Say the first name, and you literally know.
Yeah.
You literally know.
Yeah. Oh, Black Sarah? Yeah.
Yep.
I
Period.
followed her for, like, 4 months.
Yep.
Like, it's like that. You can name black people, by heart. It's kind of crazy. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's funny in a way, but in a way it's like, okay.
Sad.
When are you gonna, import the black people? I'm sorry, y'all. That sounds like slavery or something.
Oh my god. We might have to cut that.
It's so funny though. Anyway, so in some way, we just want to touch on Black Lives Matter and stuff because I don't know, that's an important aspect to that 2%, and like just being here as a
the way this school acknowledges it, in my opinion, is just not. It's not adequate.
It's not at all. I think a lot of it is just like, I don't know, like
it's very performative.
Performative, yeah. And like it just seemed like, because they have the black crests. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It's basically within athletics, they do like a black W, and it's to symbol like, oh, we stand with you, we're with you, and Black Lives Matter, like you guys are seen and heard and stuff like that. And that's cute, but that is not bringing more black people into the school.
Yeah. And here's my thing. I was on Zoom with my friends yesterday, and I was telling them about this. And I was just getting so heated about this because I was like, what does that have to do with anything going on right now? Like, you have fixed nothing.
Nothing.
Like, for you to acknowledge it is one thing. For you to actually do something about it is an entire different thing, and you have literally done nothing.
Yes.
Putting a black W on some jerseys does not fix anything on this campus going on.
Like, oh, you put a black W. Oh, racism is over.
Like, okay.
People are not racist. Like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Like, for you to acknowledge that there's racism on this campus or that black people are a very small portion of this campus, make up a very small portion of this campus, it's not enough.
It's
like,
not.
you need to do more. For such a huge university, you need to be doing more.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally unacceptable.
Yeah. And there's this quote that I really like, and I don't have it perfectly quoted. I can kind of summarize it, but it's by Martin Luther King. And he basically talks about, like, being a lukewarm, like, white person. And it's basically where you're neither hot nor cold, is lukewarm. So it's like you're in the middle where you kind of stand for, you know, anti-racism and you stand for those things, but you don't want to do anything to implement them. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, we stand with you, but we're not going to do anything to change and try to create a better environment for the students of color on this campus. Mm-hmm. And that to me is just disheartening because, like, we're students of color, mm-hmm. and you're kind of telling us that we're just going to brush aside, like, what you guys are trying to strive for and what you guys are fighting for.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, definitely makes me sad. Definitely, like, makes me disappointed in, like, the leadership on this campus overall.
Yeah.
And we definitely want to see change in that by the time we graduate because it's unacceptable.
Yeah. Like, other schools
There's no
have
other word for it.
And, like, Wisconsin, I don't know why we're 50 years in the past. Like, we need to figure it out.
And for everyone who claims that Madison is so progressive, that this campus is so progressive.
That is so false. It's false.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess let me qualify that. Like, it's partially false. I get what they're saying. Like, there's a lot of liberal people here, mm-hmm. but it's false in a way that there's not a lot of diversity here. Mm-hmm. And that's a problem. I feel like people should be able to interact with the same people that they're fighting for.
Yeah.
And it's not happening as of right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, moving on to a more, I don't know, interesting subject. Just online school in general, mm-hmm. and what we think of it.
Ooh, yeah, because obviously online school has been a big part of freshman year, and I'm realizing today how much of a toll it's really taken, mm-hmm. because you essentially sit on your laptop all day, you have classes on your laptop, all your homework is on your laptop, all your reading, everything is on your laptop or your iPad or whatever you use for class, and when you're done and you want to take a break, maybe you go on like YouTube or Netflix, still on your laptop, or you check your phone. Literally, you are always using electronics. Yes. You're always online. You're always staring at a screen.
It's so unhealthy.
Like, there's no way, and it feels like there's no way to get away from it.
Yeah.
Because there is no escaping it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I more recently felt the effects of all of that, just because I bought a book. I literally haven't bought a book in like 12 years. Like, I haven't had a book. And the reason behind that is because I felt like I stared at a screen for way too long. Mm-hmm. I felt like I went through school, and then after school I would watch YouTube, and just the same pattern that you're describing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't be doing that. Like, I need something else to do. Mm-hmm. And so I bought a book. Yeah. And I've just been reading that, and, like, there's so much joy in reading a book that you enjoy. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, definitely recommend buying a book or, like, writing in a journal. Yeah, doing something. Find something that is not your computer.
Yeah, because it puts a strain on your eyes. And some people like the blue light glasses. I haven't tried them.
I haven't tried them
either. I have
either.
a couple friends with them, and they like them. But yeah, that's definitely something I have to fix.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so disheartening.
Yeah.
Because there's no way to get away from it, mm-hmm. but...
And plus, like, you have to motivate yourself and, like, teach yourself to continue to go. Because online school, you can fall behind 3 weeks. And, like...
You can.
Literally no one would know.
Yeah.
Like, besides you. Like, you have to be on top of your work, and that is trash.
Yeah.
And I I don't know why I'm paying this amount of money.
Yeah, because we're paying all this money to be here and literally waking up to sit at our desks all day and do our work. Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to touch on this because online school gives you way too much freedom. Way too much freedom. So a couple of days ago, it was one of our friends' birthdays, and we decided to go to the zoo. And I was like, wait, but I have class. And they're like, no, just bring class with you. So I literally am on my phone at the zoo, and there's all these animals, like, in the background, like, literally yelling in the background, and I'm just like trying to pay attention to my reading. I was like, yeah, I agree, and there's like animals roaring in the background. Like, I don't know who invented online school, but they gave me too much freedom.
Because literally in your English class at the zoo.
Like, they gave me too much freedom. Like, camera off, mic off, just at the zoo. Like
when it gets to that point, you need to end the pandemic because we need to be back in person. This can't be happening. This literally can't be happening.
Like, and also, I started at the end of first semester just turning on my discussion, turning off my camera, turning off my mic, and then going back to sleep. And then setting a timer for when it ends and then turning it off. Like, these are the things that if you give me too much freedom sometimes, it's just not going to go. I'm just never going to complete it. Mm-hmm. And we'll be at the zoo. We'll be at Six Flags. We'll be at...
Not even awake.
Cooking a full breakfast.
Dude, I do that now. Else. Literally join the Zoom. Camera, mic off. Go make my breakfast.
Leave. Yeah. So online school is crazy, but it's all we know at college. It's the only thing we've been through.
And unfortunately, as a result of online school, like, it's just so hard to make friends here.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a bulk of your friends are people you would meet in class.
Yeah. And in your major, too.
Yeah.
Like, it would just be people, even walking to class, like, just simple interactions.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we've taken advantage of just being around people.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because of that, it's really difficult to make friends. And, like, the fear of getting COVID and stuff like that, because people are making friends, but they don't care about COVID.
Yeah.
So they're out there partying and whatnot.
Yeah. But
we don't want COVID.
Yeah.
So
like, you can't be like, oh, I want a lot of friends, and then just be like, oh, like, whatever when it comes to COVID.
Yeah. It's a balance of both, and I think a lot of people are struggling in general with just trying to find more than, like, 2 friends. So,
but also, I don't think not having a lot of friends in college is a bad thing, because the few friends I do have, I'm really close with them. I got really close to them really fast, and Chikere is my first friend here, and we have a podcast together now. 6 months later.
So make friends, be nice to people, and talk to them, and you never know, you might start a podcast.
Yeah.
So,
basically, don't feel bad if you don't have more than, like, 3 friends, because...
honestly, like, this pandemic, like, all the people that are saying you're supposed to make a bunch of friends in college, like, this is different now. This year has made it different. If you don't have a lot of friends in college, or literally no friends because you're at home and you haven't been able to be on campus, or you're not going to move in this year, like, do not feel bad. It's A-okay.
Yeah.
And you will make your friends.
Yeah.
It will come. Like, it will come. So.
Better to have close friends than a lot of friends.
Oh,
for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I guess this is the other thing we're going to talk about. Like, our friendship, we grew really quickly, and we were just, I don't know, we clicked right off the bat, kind of. But one of our first memories of, like, our friendship was Halloween, and we have a little story for this.
I can't even, like, keep a straight face.
So what did we start off doing that day?
So basically the night before that we had done each other's hair and everything. Okay, I feel like we need to tell I kind of feel like we need to tell that story.
We have to go back.
Okay. So the story we were going to tell is from Halloween, but we're going to go back to the day before that because it's It's so funny. So basically we needed our hair done and we were gonna put...
Wait. I'm sorry. I have to start this out, right? Y'all know there's like no black people in Madison, right?
Yes.
So it was very difficult for us to organize and like figure out our hair. Mm-hmm. And we both don't really know how to like do a lot of different hairstyles and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So we had to like find this one lady and she was just really far away.
Yeah. Basically, there was nowhere in Madison we could go.
No, but it was in Madison.
Yeah, but nowhere like
close
in the central area of Madison that we could go to get.
Madison is huge.
Yeah.
So,
basically we had to go out of our way just to get our hair braided so we could put this crochet in.
Yeah. So we wanted to do crochet like braids and stuff, and this is hard.
Dude.
So I'm like, I need to explain this.
Yeah, so basically we ended up going to this lady's house so she could put the braids in our hair so we could go back to the dorm and put the crochet in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you this lady's house was so far out of the city, I was like, how even in Madison? Like we are so far from the city right now.
I was like, I cannot even smell the school. Like, I don't even know
like what direction is the school even in? And so basically we were leaving this lady's house after, and we were waiting for the bus to come. The bus stop was on the on-ramp for the highway.
Like, I was like,
what?
This
it was pitch black out. There was like no lights around. There was no one around. The bus stop was on the on-ramp for the highway. So we were like, standing.
If I take one step to the right, I'm going to get smoked by this car.
Exactly.
I don't understand.
Like, I was like, what is this?
And like, she braided our hair and I literally looked like a bean.
I remember.
We literally looked like beans. Like, it was so
like, we were making jokes, like, if our roommates like, walked in right now and saw us.
How awkward that would be.
Oh my gosh. So, yeah, that's kind of the day leading up to Halloween.
Yeah.
And so I ended up staying the night in your dorm because we ended up finishing our hair super late. And we got up the next day, and I had plans. I was literally just going to watch a movie with my sister on Netflix Party. That was my only plans. And you had plans with other people, and they ended up falling through.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, Brooklyn, please
come through.
Please help me. Because I cannot be in my dorm doing homework on Halloween. Mm-hmm. Like, that's tragic. Mm-hmm. And so you're like, yeah, like, come through. And I was like, okay. I hop on the bus, make it all the way over, and we like watch a movie, which we watched the movie, but we didn't watch the movie because I could not tell you anything that happened in the movie.
I was so invested in it because I was literally crying. And I remember I looked at you and I was like crying. You were literally on your phone. You were like, what?
Bro.
I was literally, and it wasn't just me crying. I was sobbing.
No way! I would have seen that.
Dude, I was crying, and I looked over at you, weren't even paying attention.
Because girl, I did not remember that. But anyway.
I was crying so much, too.
Like, I'm just actually confused, because I don't remember that.
But it got to the end of the movie.
Yeah.
We, like, turned it off, and I don't remember what happened. I think... You posted on Instagram, right?
Yeah, so wait, before that, what we posted on Instagram is like for Halloween, I was Rue from Euphoria. And so like we did like glitter and like the whole makeup look and stuff and had different lights and we took like a little mini like photo shoot and posted to Instagram. And I was just like on Instagram and just I don't know, because whenever I post something from Instagram, I just like swipe out of the app and literally leave it alone because I don't want to see anything for a while.
Yeah, same.
But I come back and I come back to this DM, which I'm going to read for you guys right now because this DM had me like just laughing.
Dude, it was so funny. It was the highlight of our Halloween. It was so funny.
No, it was not the highlight of our Halloween.
Oh, no.
We're
going to get into that.
We'll get to that. But this DM was so funny. And I get it from this random guy, and he goes, hi, right? And I go, hey. goes, how are you? I go, I'm okay. Where do I know you from? And he goes, no, we don't know each other, but can we? Question mark. I go, huh? In my head, I'm like, what? And I'm reading this to Brooklyn in real time. We're like, what? Like, huh? And then he goes, hi, don't want to talk to me, bae? Don't want to talk to me, bae? Can I call you? I like you. You're so pretty. And then he starts calling me on video chat on Instagram. And I'm like, what the heck? And I turned to Brooklyn. I'm like, this man is calling me. Why is he calling me on the phone right now? And I go, what do you want? Because at that point, I was mad. I was like, sir. He goes, I like you. I want to be your friend first. You're so cute, pretty. And I go, who are you? And he goes, my name is, what should we call him?
Bill.
My name is Bill. And I go, where are you from? Like, who are you? Because at this point I was like, sir, I do not know you. So he goes, I'm from Canada. Call me, you can see me on call. And I go, no. He goes, I like you, dear. I go, how old are you? He goes, 24. And you? Even possibly will marry you. I go,
this was the funniest part of that whole conversation.
I go, marry me. So I get no choice in this matter? You're just going to force me to marry you? But he goes, let's start with friendship.
It's the fact that he went from just telling you his age to be like, I will marry you.
I go, I don't know you, sir. I'm not going to marry you. And he goes, let's start with friendship. You want to talk to me? Question mark. Yes or no? And I go, no. And he goes, fine, bye. And then I literally send the waving emoji, and then he blocks me. So, unfortunately, I didn't get to get married on Halloween.
A marriage proposal, and then he got pressed, and you were like, no.
I was like, no. I was like, damn, I guess I'm never getting married then, but yeah.
Dude, it was so funny.
That was my Halloween.
It was so late at night, too.
It was just so random. Like, and he had no profile picture, no pictures on his page.
Like,
who are you?
Literally, who are you? I don't know. Video call him and you'll find out, I guess. Could you imagine
if I video called him? Oh gosh. Like after that, we're just in shock. But we're like, Taco Bell.
Yeah. So Taco Bell is basically where we go super late at night on the weekends just because I don't even know why we go. The food's not even good, but it hits at 2 a.m.
Yeah, we just go just to go, because why not? What else do we have to do at 2 a.m. on a Saturday? Mm-hmm. But yeah, we walked down Taco Bell all the way down State Street, and it's Halloween, let me remind you. So we're seeing a bunch of people out, and it's a Saturday, which is a good day to be out. People in costumes. It's kind of cold, too.
Yeah.
But people are wearing...
really cold, oh my gosh.
Wearing their shorts and booty shorts and just everything.
Maybe the drunkest I've ever seen people in my life.
Yes. But yeah, we get down to Taco Bell, and there's a whole group of people there, and there's this guy at the front.
This guy at the front. What? I don't even know what to say about him. So basically there was this guy at the front managing the door because there were all these people that wanted to get into Taco Bell. But I guess because of COVID, he wasn't going to let us in. If we were in groups, he was only going to allow one person from the group to go in and order for the group and then leave. Mm-hmm. But it was just me and Chikere, so we were confused why we couldn't both go in. and everyone was just confused. Yeah.
We were
the only people there who weren't.
Literally just super sober. Exactly. Literally nothing had happened.
Literally just trying to get our Taco Bell and go.
So
it's the fact that the guy had a tennis racket.
He had a tennis racket. We didn't even say that yet. He had a tennis racket.
Yeah.
And
he didn't look like an employee either.
No, he looked like a normal dude with a tennis racket at the front of Taco Bell, threatening people to not enter. Like, I was confused. And then, plus everyone was in costumes.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of drunk people there. So they don't know how loud they are, but they're loud.
Exactly.
And the guy's like, no, only one person can come in. And some kid or whatever, he was like, I don't understand. And he's like, yelling.
Literally getting so heated for no reason.
Like, I was like, sir, it's Taco Bell.
Like, you don't need to be that pressed. Calm down.
Like, calm down.
Someone take him home.
And he was just yelling at the guy. He's like, I don't understand who he even thinks he is with this tennis racket and da 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 da. I was like, I'm just here to get my Taco Bell.
When we tell you we were the only sober people there. So we were standing around literally like scared.
Yeah, I was like, so
like,
this
we
is
just want to get our Taco Bell.
I just want Taco Bell right now. But yeah, we just like went in and got our Taco Bell and left because it was a whole mess. I didn't understand why it was like that.
It was also freezing on that night.
So
Looking back
cold.
on it, it was so cold.
Yeah. But that honestly was, I think, our first really weird
college experience.
Funny college experience. Yeah. And like, I've just learned that college will take you to all different types of places and just different experiences that you thought you would never have happen in college.
Yeah, the funny stories that we have in college so far
are pretty good.
They're so funny, and they happen at the most random times. Like, they were so unexpected and random.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that happened.
Yeah. Like, if you were to tell me before college, these things are going to happen the first, 6 months that you're here. And we haven't really even been here for 6 months.
That was in October, so that was like 2 months in.
Yeah. I would be like, girl, what? That is so random. But it happened.
And it's hilarious.
Yeah. So, yeah. We want to talk about a little bit of some advice and stuff and kind of debunk college a little bit more.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of advice that people have given us.
Yeah. We figured since we're doing a whole college episode that we need to, give you the tea, what advice we've got that actually ended up being true, which is not a lot, to be honest with you. We're literally struggling to come up with things to talk to you guys about.
And partially it's because of the pandemic that has changed a lot of that. But, yeah, I guess the first thing would be is college is hard.
And when people say that, it's such an understatement.
It's such an understatement. Like, you need to have everything together. You can't come to college and be a mess. Like, practice in high school, practice earlier on, because college
will tear you apart.
It will,
if you don't have things together. It will.
Just, I don't know.
It's literally brutal.
Yeah.
It's so much work all the time. I remember thinking that it was going to be like high school, where some weeks were going to be harder and then some weeks were going to be way easier.
Yeah.
That's not the case ever.
No.
It's always hard. There's always a lot of work to do. There is no break.
Yeah, there isn't a break. I think first semester from before school starts, because they love to pull that. They love to they love to give you work before the first day of class. So that's something that people should know before coming into college, that there will be things due on the first day of class that you will get 0 credit for if you don't do. So pay attention. But yeah, you need to pay attention to everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
Because college will not forgive you.
Yeah,
it's not like high school.
It's not like high school where if you fall behind, it's pretty easy to get back on track.
Yeah.
If you fall behind in college, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just because of how hard college was in adjusting, I found myself homesick quite a bit, which I naturally knew it was going to be like that, but I didn't know it was going to be that bad, I guess.
Actually kind of had the opposite experience as you.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely was homesick, but I went into college oh my gosh, how would I ever be homesick? I'm used to being away from home, and when I say used, for a week at a time, so no, I was not used to being away from home. But I was
Summer camp.
I just don't see myself, I didn't see myself as being someone who would get homesick. And at the beginning of the year, I wasn't. I was like meeting people and hanging out with people, and it was warm outside, so I got to be outside a lot, and it was just really nice at that point. School felt like summer camp. Like, it felt like we were only there for a week and our parents were going to come get us.
Man.
And as it got closer to like Thanksgiving and Christmas and the break and everything, I was like, I don't want to be here. Like, I really want to go home right now. It was the last like 2 or 3 weeks before break that I was like, oh my God, like literally this semester is killing me.
Yeah.
Like, I need to go home.
Mine was opposite. Because I had a hard time like getting adjusted to being here and like making friends and stuff. Just because I went through a lot. So just being here was like hard for me, and like being away from like home. So I definitely had to go home a lot. And I went home, I think, end of September, and then like 2 weeks later I went home again. So it's okay to go home.
Yeah,
it's
for
totally
sure.
fine. Like, homesickness is so real. Like, and even the toughest of kids, like some of my brothers, like, he's like, oh, can't wait to leave. I can't wait to like go to school. And then like when he gets there, he's like, oh, I want to come home. Like, it happens. Like, it's fine.
I guess in my situation, I go to school. It's a 5-hour bus ride from where I live. And so I could have gone home, but it would have been so much work for me to go home, especially since I work on campus too. Like, having to deal with my work schedule and figure out how to get on the bus, the 5 hours it takes to get there.
It's a lot.
In a way, it kind of forced me to just like stay and adjust, because there was no going home.
Yeah, well,
that's the very few things that ended up being true.
Yeah, the very few things that are true, and there's a lot more that are false. So we'll get into those.
Honestly, number one, this campus is so big.
Yeah,
and I obviously knew it was big because I did the tour and everything, but being here, I'm realizing how spread out everything is. Like, it's so spread out because we have 2 different sides of campus, and like the culture on both of them, complete opposite. Yeah.
And like, I guess what makes it false is that even though it's big, I guess, landscape wise, and like how, whatever, like square feet, it's not big. Because, like, what we were saying with the experience of, like, people of color, the fact that I can know people just by their first name makes it so small. Or I see people that I've seen before.
Yeah. And because it's, like, different cultures in different parts of campus, when you're walking around the part of campus that you're usually on, you tend to see the same people around.
Yeah.
Because they're just always around, too, and they're always on that side of campus. So if you're just, like, walking around, or you're in like one of the unions, or you're in a dining hall, you tend to see the same people.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So don't be intimidated by the size. And plus, like, if it's a huge school or whatever, like, they have buses, they have ways to get around. Like, they're not gonna leave you to walk 5 miles uphill, downhill. Like, you know those stories that your parents are like, I had to walk through the desert. And they're not going to leave you to do that at a big school. Like, you'll have a bus. It'll be air conditioned.
Yeah.
It'll be nice.
Big campuses definitely should not be intimidating, because there are definitely workarounds.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Another thing.
You're gonna make so many friends.
You're gonna make so many friends.
Dude.
What a false
That's
statement.
so damn false.
So false.
And maybe it's because of the pandemic. Maybe it's just because
we're lame people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because we're both like naturally introverted, but when we open up to people, we're like really fun to like be around. But we don't naturally gravitate towards big groups of people.
No. I'm definitely a one-on-one person. I think like my split, I always talk about this, like your extrovert, introvert split. Mine is probably maybe a little bit more extroverted, but just by a little bit, like 48%. And that's just because I don't like to spill out my business, spill out my guts to everyone. And it's just easier to warm up to people, and then they can see that I'm actually insane. So
yeah. And coming to this school, there are a couple other people from my high school who go here, so I didn't know anyone. I just wanted people I was going to end up being close with more than just having a bunch of friends who I could hang out with, but I didn't want to feel like I couldn't tell them anything like that, or that we wouldn't end up being super close. So
yeah,
it's fine.
It's fine. We're here now.
It's fine.
And even though I have like one friend, I'm still alive and kicking it. So
yeah, I'm very happy with the amount of friends I've made, even though it's very few.
Yeah. Another piece of advice that's false is that professors won't be there for you. Let me just get this straight a little bit. I agree with this being false a tad bit, but you agree with this being false way more than I do. So you can go ahead.
Yeah, so with this, I loved all of my professors during the fall semester and this semester. Like, they were so nice, and I think part of the reason is because my classes were smaller, so the professors naturally just knew all of us. Like, they knew our names and like everything about us, and so in that sense, like, yeah, my professors were always there for me. Like, I could talk to them about anything, and I would totally be comfortable, like, asking them to write me a letter of rec, like, anytime. And they said they would.
Huh. Mine are different. They're, especially being, like, a chem major, those classes are huge. There's so many of general chemistry classes. So having a professor in chemistry is, like, literally, you don't even know them. Yeah. I think I had someone
literally talking to a brick wall.
Like, someone's like, oh, who's your chem professor? And I go, wait, I don't even think I know. Like, that's the thing, is that it's so, like, non-personalized in classes like that I just felt like, the professor was not there for me because I didn't even know who they were. But in some way, like, I can relate to this being true or whatever, that professors will be there for you, because I've had like one professor now that is really individualized, and he's like, turn on your cameras, like, stop hiding. Like, he's like,
stop hiding behind your screen.
Like, he's definitely, I don't know, way more bubbly. I feel like that's because he's younger and he can understand the experience a little bit more, but yeah, I got a mix of both, of literally not knowing who the hell my professor was, and also, like, being very personalized and having someone that actually cares. But I don't know. Look on Reddit. Find your professor.
Yeah, rate my professor. Definitely helpful. Definitely use that.
Yeah.
But okay, this next point we don't need to touch on a little bit because Chigra's story explained everything about this, but having a lot of free time, like, in a way that's true with your story, but it's also false because like, even you were at the zoo, you were literally in class at the zoo. Like, there was no enjoying the zoo. You were in class. It's such a college thing. Literally at the zoo.
I was like, ooh.
In class.
A badger. Okay, let me get back to this reading because I got so much work to do. Just
literally watching The Bachelor today, doing schoolwork at the same time.
I was like, I can't even watch this anymore.
Yeah, but I was literally just thinking about this. Like, I now have to balance school, friends, my love life, work, like
everything.
This podcast, dude, this podcast is a full-time job.
Literally,
like, we are on episode 2. It is a full-time job. It is so much work.
Maybe because we're starting it up. I don't know, but like, this is a whole nother thing to put on our plate. And not that we're complaining. We want to do this.
Yes,
this is
we're so happy to do this.
Like, really want to do, but it's just like, I guess when we came up with that at 2 a.m, we didn't think of, hey, you need to, work things out and like promote it and do a lot of different logistics.
We just didn't realize how thin we were already stretched, and we just decided to start a podcast
to do it. So I don't know, but we don't have a lot of free time at all.
Yeah, maybe that's just us. Like, but
I think that's majorly false.
Yeah. This last point is kind of sad, but like, it's so true.
It's true? It's true and false.
Yeah, it's true and false. Because Yeah, definitely true and false. So we're basically saying you won't keep your high school friends. And this is true and false because if the relationships you make in high school, if your friendship is strong enough, you will definitely like still be friends with them when you start college. I like my best friends from high school, I talk to them every day. Like we FaceTime when we can, but I'm always sending them like funny TikToks and like telling them, like keeping them updated. Like I'm so excited to see them this summer. I talk to them all the time, but there are definitely friendships where, or there are definitely people I just completely stopped talking to. Like after we graduated, I never talked to them again.
Yeah, I relate to that 100%. Like I have friends that I talk to all the time. I have friends that, even sometimes I have friends that I talk to every 3 months, but when we get into being in person, like we can talk for hours. Like, and I call those people my forever friends because it doesn't even matter how much time goes by. We just respect that the other person is busy. The other person has life going on and trying to pursue their dreams. And then we come back together and able to talk. I think it's not necessarily like who it is, but it's the foundation in which you build your friendship. And like, I have a lot of friends with good foundations, and that's why I was able to keep them. And then the ones that like you only talk about school, you're probably not going to keep them because high school's over. Like, you can't keep talking about high school for forever. So
yeah, and also if you lose some of your high school friends, it's not necessarily that they did something bad or that you did something bad. It's just because you both got busy and you stopped talking to each other. Yeah, like that can totally be the case.
That's fine.
Yeah,
and college really allows for like good friendships because you have a lot of free time. Well, free time. We just talked about that. Quote unquote.
Sure you do.
We just talked about that. You really don't, but freedom is the word, I guess. So, like, if I wanted to hang out with Brooklyn on a Tuesday night and get ice cream, I could. The reason I don't do that is because I'm too anxious about my classes and stuff to do that, and just, it's scary. But you're able to build, like, better friendships, I feel like, because you see them more, more than in high school. Like, that whole week of being in high school, you see your friend for maybe, I don't know, 3 hours a day. And that's over 5 days. Like, on Saturdays, I probably see Brooklyn for, like, 18 hours.
Yeah.
20
Guys,
hours.
when I tell you, we spend the whole Saturday together. Like, because it's the only day we see each other, literally the entire day.
Yeah. So, because of that, we're able to build a better and, like, stronger friendship. I feel like we just have more time in that way. But yeah, like you will and you won't keep high school friends, and it's not the end of the world.
Yeah,
like,
it's really not.
College has some dope people here, so
very true. Well, I guess we've kind of been injecting our own advice into this entire podcast, but we're just gonna give you some little quick tips to get you through. This is like the essentials, like what you absolutely need to do. Otherwise, college ain't for you.
It's over. It's drop out. Drop out. Yeah, we talked about this, but manage your time because you don't have any.
Yeah, like get yourself a planner or a calendar or something. Like, dude, I swear to God, if you don't build good time management skills, if you forget like assignment or something, it's over. It's over. Like, there is no turning in anything late.
Yeah. Teachers will not beg you for assignments.
Exactly.
This is not high school.
If you don't turn it in, they're not going to be like, oh, why didn't you turn in your assignment? Like
it's a 0.
Yeah.
And like, because of that, you need to hold yourself accountable. And basically what I mean about this is that, like, get your stuff done. You have a test tomorrow, don't go out.
Exactly.
Like, study.
Even though we are so young, you need to have it together.
Don't stay up until 3 a.m. playing video games on a Tuesday night. And you know who you are. So
we know who you are. You're listening to this podcast
right
now. Yeah, you definitely just need to be like on top of your work. You need to figure out like when you absolutely need to be doing school stuff and when you can take a break and do something fun. Like,
because this school will fail you out of the school and take your money. Exactly. There's no remorse.
Yeah, you are paying too much money to be here for you to not be on top of your stuff.
So do well. And there's resources like people tutor and whatnot. Like, I literally sound like a resource officer right now, but like figure it out. They have so many things to help you be successful, so just do it.
Honestly. Do things outside of your comfort zone. And this honestly is not as scary as it sounds. Like we started this podcast, that was way out of our comfort zone.
Literally so terrifying.
But it's just like, it's kind of exhilarating to just be like away from home. You're an adult, your parents aren't around, and we're not saying like go on a bender or something.
We're not saying
don't do that.
Go crazy, but
just do something you've never done before. Just because why not?
And plus, like, what I've noticed and what I've learned about starting this podcast and like me, I really like writing more and stuff like that, is that doing things that you actually enjoy literally makes you happier. Like, that sounds so simple, but it makes you happier.
Yeah, it does.
Like, it's something to look forward to. It's something to do that, like, you haven't done before. Like, it just gives you this vibe of, like, living on the edge.
Yeah.
So I, like, really enjoy that. And, like, I don't know. You only live once.
True.
Like,
and it's college. Just, like, try something new.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
And then another one is, like, this is a key to more so making friends, is talk to people online first. Talk to a lot of people online. Like, 30, 40. Like, literally a bunch of people.
Like, when people are trying to make group chats for things, put your Snapchat, put your Instagram
every group chat. Be active. Don't just join the group chat and say nothing. Like, then why are you there?
Exactly.
But join the group chat and, like, I don't know, like, talk your ass off. I don't know.
Yeah, like, even if you don't end up being friends with these people, like, when I put my name in group chats, I remember at the beginning of the year, people were always like, oh, who wants to, like, go get dinner? Or, like, who wants to, like, go on a walk? People were always asking to, like, do stuff. That's the easiest way to just hang out with people, so you're not just, like, sitting in your dorm all that time, like, trying to meet people during that first week. Yeah,
it's just nicer to go in there and, like, have people in mind that you want to meet up with in person. I mean, if I didn't do that, what friends would I have?
Yeah, honestly, same. We literally wouldn't be friends right now because we met online.
Yeah, we met on Facebook. So that's so important to do that. And just know that, like, not every one of them works out.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like, literally, you'll talk to 30 people and only make one friend. So
basically, you'll maybe hang out with a couple people at the beginning of the semester, and by mid-semester and semester, you never see them anymore. You never talk to them anymore. Like,
whatever.
Just stop hanging out with them. And
yeah, that's fine.
They just weren't your crowd.
Yeah, and our last and literally most important advice is call your parents and go home. Do
not be that kid who goes 4 months without calling their parents.
Their whole
What
mom.
is wrong with you?
This
do
is
not
the woman
do that.
that gave birth to you. And you're not going to call her.
Like, call your damn parents, God.
Like, call your parents, please. They will appreciate the call.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel better. Like, after talking to my mom or dad.
Yeah.
Like, it's just nice to tell someone who doesn't go here just about what's going on at school and about your week. And
they'll allow you to rant about literally anything.
Like, they want to hear what's going on.
Yeah, they care about you. Call your parents.
Yeah.
If you get off the podcast right now and call your mom right now.
Literally trying to go 3 months without calling your parents. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Should be damn ashamed of that.
Yeah, so that's our college debunked, and I don't know, a lot of you guys are in college anyway, but
you can. I hope that was helpful to someone, though.
Just
if you agreed with some of that, like,
let us know.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram if you agree.
Give us a like on
for the homegirls with a Z. I mean, I guess we'll.
I don't know.
Move it on.
Yeah.
Because we have something exciting. Yeah. So by the time this comes out, it'll be after my birthday, but my birthday is coming up March 16th. I will be turning 19. And guys, I'm so excited for this birthday. Basically, we're going to this restaurant. It's like, I like how they're navigating things with COVID and the restrictions they have. So I chose that place because I was like, I'm not trying to get COVID while eating my dinner.
I know. On your birthday.
Yeah. And literally it will be me and my 3 friends. But it's just going to be nice, and we're going to dress up, and I'm just excited this is my first birthday in college, and I'm just grateful that I have friends to like celebrate my birthday with, because this is the first birthday where my family is not going to be there. Mm-hmm.
It's the fact that you're older than me, though. Like, it's the fact that you're older than me, but you're literally like 10 inches shorter than me.
I am 5'5". Just you are literally 6 feet tall.
So, just
a whole month older than you.
Yeah, I think that's
I thought that was so funny.
But yeah, I'm like super excited for your birthday, and like this is just something that we're gonna get dressed up for.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I bought like a cute dress online and everything, and I'm just so excited because we've never done something like this in Madison.
Yeah, and plus I haven't really had a red dress, so it was just like a time for me to like pop out, buy a red dress, try something different.
But we're going to take cute pictures to go on the gram, and it's going to be really fun, and I'm really excited. Yeah. So stay tuned for that, because it'll be up on my Instagram, and if you don't follow it...
Follow it.
What are you doing? Literally get yourself together.
Get your life together.
But anyway, I'm just super excited that my birthday's coming up also, because it means that, like, spring is finally here, and of course, hot girl spring is here.
Hot girl spring, a period.
Yes.
Channeling our inner Megan.
Yeah, but basically Hot Girl Spring basically came about because it's been a long, cold winter.
Yes.
And we're just excited because it's springtime and it's warm out and we can go outside now and
the sun is like out.
Yes. Like you just feel good.
It just makes you like less depressed.
So honestly, for real though.
Yeah, super excited about Hot Girl Spring because
period.
What more do we have to say?
What more do we need to say?
And with that, what more do we need to say?
For real though, so we're gonna go.
Yeah, we're gonna leave. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Make sure to follow our Instagram
for the homegirls.
Yes,
with the Z.
The Z and the N. We have so many cool ideas, so many more podcast ideas that we want to like push out to you guys, and
and it's gonna be good.
Just bear with us.
Sorry.
We'll just leave you with that.
Think about that the whole episode.
We'll leave you with that. Anyway.
Peace out. Have
Bye,
a good night or
y'all.
morning whenever you're watching this or listening to this.
Whenever. Just have a good time.
Bye.
And drink water.
Drink water.